what would your advice be to them?
The number one thing, without question, that is
Shaun,
hello.
welcome to the Talking Reality podcast. How you doing, man?
I'm good. Thanks for having me, guys.
Good to have you, man.
Good to have you. So, yeah, Shaun, we've got you on because you're a bit of a social media superstar.
I use that term loosely.
Nah, but the proof's in the pudding, man. I mean, YouTube, 407,000 subscribers.
Yeah, and the 800, they all count. They love them all.
Don't miss any, mate.
Don't miss them.
any.
No, I love them all.
We know that subscribers count, man. Don't get me wrong. TikTok, 3.7 million.
That's correct.
And Instagram, 112,000.
Yep, that's right.
That's a lot, man.
That's some big numbers.
It is.
It is. And like I say, it's a bit surreal at the moment. It's only just kind of starting to kick in over the last few months.
Yeah.
As we've come out of lockdown and stuff like that, and you start to be in the real world where it's actually real and not just numbers on a screen, and people start recognizing you in real life. That's when it kind of hits, you know? That it is quite a lot of people.
Yeah,
It's a lot of
what it
people, man.
is,
I mean,
it's a lot of numbers.
To be fair, we were doing a bit of research and just looking at some people who you've got, like famous people who've got less subscribers or less interaction than you have. It's like Diary's CEO, Stephen Bartlett.
Stephen, yeah.
He's got like, I think, 140 odd thousand subscribers on YouTube.
Is it? Okay.
And you think this guy's worth 60 million, so he's ploughing
And he's
a
played
lot of money into that podcast.
And don't get me wrong, I love his podcast.
It's a great podcast.
I love it.
Yeah.
But like when I see how hard it is for him to get subscribers, and I see that you've got 407,000 already, and you're building. Sorry, 800 plus the 800.
Don't forget.
My bad.
Puts it in perspective, doesn't it?
It does put it into perspective, man.
It
So,
does, but what I can say is I don't earn that much money, even though I've got that many more. I don't earn that
No,
much
no.
money.
Well,
No,
he,
but
he
like-
made his money pre-social
Yeah,
media.
so he was-
But well, no, he made it through social media, but he had a business, didn't he? Social chain. But yeah, what I want to kind of get into is where did this journey begin?
Well, I've always had a desire. So I went to university in Newcastle, did business, did marketing, came out, did like a job that I wasn't really happy in. And I've always had that inner desire to be in marketing. And I've always had that desire to want to like just be involved in like social media. And I don't know why, it's just always been something that's interested me. And around the time, if you know Mrs. Hinch.
Yeah, yeah.
I know Mrs. Hinch. Yeah.
So
yeah.
around that
Not
sort of time
personally.
but when she was sort of growing
When she was
ridiculously
growing,
fast,
yeah.
I think she went from like 1,000 followers to 100,000 like a week.
Yeah.
Like crazy. Kat was a massive fan of her and watched literally every single story. And a lot of her stories were just really simple things of her just like showing her home and stuff like that. And it got me thinking sort of, well, what could I do that, you know, I'm a man, of course, but what could I do? And I came up with this really crazy idea that I was going to go around in shops that we did every weekend anyway. We loved home shopping. So going down Dunelms and stuff like that.
Hold on. Did you really love the home shopping, or was it?
Or was this false?
Kat loved the home shopping.
Yeah,
I
so
enjoyed
Kat,
coming.
There we go. Sorry, Kat. But yeah, so
No,
carry on, man.
To be fair, no, it was good. And I came up with this crazy idea that we would go around the shops and we would look for certain things that we thought were really nice.
Right.
And if they were a good price, we made this new account so nobody knew who we were. We're faceless people. And it's a home account. And we'd go around shops and we'd take photos of items in shops and be like, this item is £7 in Tesco. Really nice, really good bargain. You need to go and get it right now. Like, it's just silly, like, it's the kind of thing. And I kept posting them and initially it got like nothing. Like,
Right.
I was like, oh, it's a waste of time. It's just silly. And then I kept posting and people were starting to like it. And I was like, okay, they're getting comments on
So
them,
was this
like,
Instagram, was it?
Instagram, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Instagram. So pre-TikTok 2017,
Okay.
sort of 2016, 2017. And I was posting these photos and then it started getting more and more likes every single time. And I was like, why are there people in this world liking photos of this stuff? And
What sort of stuff was it? What picture? What was it?
So it was literally just photos of mugs and furniture and all sorts of random stuff. And it's crazy, but it got my mind thinking of like, well, hang on a minute, there's a market for anything.
Yeah.
Like, if I can take a photo of a cup and get 6,000 likes without having my face on it. Nobody knows who I am. What kind of potential would there be? Mrs. Hitchwise, we all know that is the potential. Then anybody can kind of do it, and there's a market for anybody. And then that's when my brain started to really think about where can we take this sort of thing. Like, you know, tried loads of different things. Even before that, like I dipped my toes in affiliate marketing, email marketing, and affiliate marketing was the first time I made some money from social media, and that was from the home account. Nothing major. I did get 50,000 followers on that account. I don't know how.
Still a lot though, isn't it?
For posting photos of mugs. Yeah.
It's not bad, man.
What were the like figures on that?
Anywhere between 1 and 10,000 every single time.
For a mug?
On a mug. And mugs.
Why can't we get this for you? You're a mug. You're getting posts on a TRP page all the time, but we can't get anywhere near that kind of number.
You can't get 10 likes on a topless selfie with a gym pump on.
Why are you taking it that way?
Anyway, back to...
Why are you taking it that way? I get way more than 10 likes.
Come on, man.
15.
Carry on, Shaun.
Carry on, man.
Yeah, so literally, whenever I posted photos of mugs or cups,
yeah,
we'll call them cups, shall we? We'll call them cups.
Yeah,
we don't trigger
call them cups, man. Let's call them cups.
We'll call them cups.
Yeah.
It would every single time we get loads of likes. So I just kept posting photos of cups,
right.
and I was gaining all these followers. And then I even went to Amazon and got like a little affiliate link of some cups, and like people were buying these cups from Amazon, and I was like, I just couldn't believe it, and it just opened my mind up so much and sent me on a journey of learning social media in more depth.
Yeah.
And the more I learned, the more successful that page was getting. And don't get me wrong, it wasn't big money, but I knew that there was an opportunity in social media to make big money if it was done correctly, if that makes sense. So I kept learning, and then TikTok came along and that changed everything. Really
what year was that TikTok arrived? Was it 20?
I'm not sure when TikTok itself arrived, but I was on it in 2019, which was very early.
That was that was early days, wasn't it?
It really blew up in the UK. Lockdown, didn't it? March, April of 2020, wasn't it? It massively blew up.
The big wave, yeah.
That was the massive wave. I think it was the year before that, about January time or January, February time, they just changed from Musical.ly, I think it was that year, into TikTok. And then there was like several months of like it growing, and then all of a sudden, like in that lockdown, it went crazy. So there was certain individuals online that I followed religiously talking about it, saying you can't sleep on TikTok, it's going to be the big thing. And there's me with my little home account posting pictures of mugs. I'm like, how can I
get these mugs on TikTok?
Exactly. I was like, and I even started the first TikTok I ever...
Don't tell me you put the mugs on TikTok.
I did.
Did you?
You started with the mugs on TikTok.
I did. It did absolutely terrible.
Well,
it did terrible.
So it wasn't a great response then?
It wasn't a great response.
Okay.
No, I was taking videos.
Keep the mugs on Insta, man. Keep them on Insta. We got 50k followers on them, baby.
Literally, like I was doing little things. I even got to the point where I was like, right, I kind of know this industry now, like the mug industry and the home industry. And I took videos of like home interiors and stuff like that. I'd rip home interiors from YouTube, reformat them into a TikTok video and post it on TikTok. And that did okay. It isn't anything special. There's no really earning potential out of it. And it was stealing other people's content, which was never good. But, you know, accredited them and that, but it wasn't ever something that I could do as a full-time career. So then I was like, right, I need to do something myself. But I had so many reservations about putting my face to things. I was like, do I do it? And then I kept listening to Gary Vee. Do I do it? And then me and Kat just made a decision one day, right, we're just going to face the fears and just go for it. And yeah, not look back since.
Yeah. So did that, obviously we had Kat on.
Yeah.
And she said that I think she said she got into it in 2019.
She was about a month after me.
Yeah, so she was after you.
Yeah, she did say she let you be the guinea pig.
Yeah, she did say that.
But she was the face of my videos, like to start with. I would be the cameraman just videoing me pranking her sort of thing.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't even put my face on it because I was more reserved than she was because I'm naturally quite introverted.
And she's quite outgoing.
Probably people don't even think that, but I really am. Like mega introverted. Like people that know me personally know I'm like the quiet one. Only over the last 10 years or so. But as a kid, I was a bit more extroverted. But over the last 10 years, I've been mega introverted.
Well, Kat said on like the previous episode that we had her on that you guys get recognised. So do people, because in your videos, I was saying to Nath before you arrived, we haven't met before.
No.
So I said, I wonder what Shaun's like. Is he going to be this outgoing character, or like similar to Kat, or is he going to be quieter? Or, like, we had no idea. But through your videos, you do come across as someone who
extra.
Yeah. So when people meet you, do they have that expectation? This is what Shaun's going to be like because we know him through TikTok.
I think they do, and I think what the trouble is when you put on a character online, which is what everybody does, by the way. Everybody's a character online. They're not that. Okay, maybe there are exceptions, but a lot of people in the entertainment industry are characters. You look at Mr. Beast, you look at they portray a character. You see Mr. Beast on a podcast, he's this very level head, but in a video, he's like shouting down this, like, you exaggerate your character slightly. So I think, yes, I think people do think differently of you. And then when people actually meet you in real life, they're like, oh, actually, you're a lot different. Like, you're more down to earth. You're more, and we get that a lot. Like, people would like see us online and they're like, oh, I hate these two. And we get this so much. I hate these two. Can't stand these two. The most annoying people on the internet. I get it all the time.
Is that on your videos in the comments?
Yeah. So we do have some comment filters on. So we have to.
How does that work? Because we only get about 3 comments, so basically we'll let anyone comment at the moment.
Yeah, no.
2 of them are off him.
Most of them are families or family or friends. So
no, it's just literally in the settings. You can just put in certain keywords that you don't want to appear in your comment section, and then you have to approve them basically.
Yeah.
So there's certain, especially when you've got kids. I think I'm very.
Of course, yeah.
Very conscious of that.
No, I respect that, man. How do you deal with that hate?
So at the very beginning, it bothered me a hell of a lot, and it got to the point where I was like, you know what, because everything I did, by the way, when I started, I was trying to cover up all of my insecurities with a camera. Like I hate being on camera. Like the thought of that camera there scares me.
Guys, turn it off.
But like you would never. Yeah, I know. It's like the most. Like it generally like. But over time, like I would never have done this 2 years ago.
Really?
Never in a million years. Like I was. Please don't look back at my old videos. But if you do, you'll see.
Now you know everyone is going to look back at your
They
videos,
will,
including me when you leave.
Yeah, I know you will. But you'll see. You'll see just the way I come across. It's over a period of time. You kind of just learn to deal with it.
Okay.
And what I've learned personally is more often than not, when somebody does come like with you with some nasty comments or whatever, they're not particularly in a great place themselves. And I feel like almost sorry for them that they're in that position. So I try a lot to actually reach out to them and be like, and reply to them and be like, are you like, why do you feel like this? And we've had so many people in our comments that are now in our direct messages that have completely different opinions on us now, and we've actually helped a lot of people because of the haters. Actually, they might be going through something or whatever, and we've helped them, even though they've just commented the most horrible comment in the world on my video. To me, if you're doing that, there's probably something going on in that person's life, and more often than not, we try and help that person. I feel a bit sorry for them.
Yeah, I think there's probably some truth in that because you think if you've got the time of day to just be looking at videos just to put out some hate, then that's got to come from within, hasn't it? And there's something not right.
A lot of it's banter. Like there's a lot of like certain things. It's like when somebody comments something, and when I talk about it, I mean when they comment something really bad.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how, but really bad. Like when you think that's not really okay to say that. Like that's the type of people that I actually then try and reach out to them. Like, are you actually okay? You
mean the sort of people that say like something like you see stuff, don't you, where people like kill yourself and just
that type of stuff?
Yeah, just a really quite deep, nasty.
It's just sinister, isn't it?
Sinister.
And there's been certain people that have said that they would like literally like murder me and stuff like that.
Really?
Literally, they've literally come out with that in the comments and in my direct messages, and it's happened a lot. And more often than not,
they tried to murder you.
No, they haven't tried to, but they commented. Yeah. Do you know? And it's like
the way you said that, there, man.
It's scary. Like, but those 99% of them, 100% of them in my case, are actually nice people. Just have a bit of a I don't know, they just have something going on and just helping them. There's been I can count on 2 hands how many people
Yeah.
that I've actually engaged with and they've not been well.
So you've actually turned a real significantly negative situation into a positive.
Yeah, 100%.
The whole term of a social media influencer, everybody's got an opinion on it. You know, I think it's got pros and cons. But that there is a really good example of you having a positive influence.
And do you know what? Even outside of the people that comment hate, there's been silent watchers that watch what we do. And Kat specifically has had more than one person watch one of her stories. And so she's put up a story before about a mental health person that deals in mental health. And she put up a story like promoting that person, like if you're struggling, speak to this guy. And that guy's then messaged Kat saying, somebody's come from your Instagram story and I've just saved that person's life, like the mental health coach. It obviously didn't say who it was or anything like that, but just wanted Kat to know that what she did by putting that story up is save somebody's life.
Crazy,
so that for me, I don't care. Like, I use the word influencer very loosely, but even if like anybody's really an influencer, like, do you know what I mean? Like, if you go see a friend and you stop them doing something, you're influencing them to stop it. Like, so even if one person...
But the thing is with the social media influencers is that you influence a mass market, don't you?
Yeah, you hit a mass market. And I think just doing that to one person, I'd say you're an influencer, to be honest.
Yeah.
Do you feel a moral obligation when posting your content, you know, in regard to the fact that you are influencing people?
Yes, I would say we would never post anything that would be derogatory or anything like that. Like, we border on like clickbait and stuff like that.
Of course, yeah.
And we trigger people to comment.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Like, but derogatory wise, yeah, we're very conscious about what we say and what we do. 100%.
No, I respect that, man. I think it's important. I think because I think it's very easy with social media. I think people can lose their morals a little bit, can't they? They're so obsessed with becoming famous. How important is it to you to become famous? I mean, I know that it's obvious that it's important to make money. That makes sense. You know, we talked about that with Kat, and it totally makes sense for anybody. But is it important to you to be famous? Do you like the idea of people recognizing you?
I wouldn't say no. I don't think it's that important. What I would say what is important is that I have a positive influence, a positive impact. I like to just have a positive impact. Whether I'm famous or not really doesn't make a difference. But
I respect that answer, man.
Yeah.
I do, and I believe you when you say it. I truthfully believe you. I get that vibe from you just from speaking to you today. I only met you a few hours ago, but you seem like a very positive guy, and I can understand why people who do post the hate after speaking to you
And that's the
change their perspective.
Turn them around, yeah.
And it's not like, it's just what people need to realize, like the internet is exaggerated in every shape and form.
Of course,
everybody.
Yeah.
And you can have the most positive, like it's another example. Me and Kat, when we went through our period of bad, nobody would have believed in a million years that me and Kat were in a period of bad times. Because what we do is we post positive videos, positive content, having a laugh, trying to make people's days, making them smile. But deep down, we were the ones that were struggling, you know? And people need to understand that what you see isn't necessarily what's behind the camera.
Of course.
Do you know?
Yeah. How difficult has that been? Because you're kind of having a relationship. Like, I've seen your TikToks, you post every day. Therefore, you're kind of having a relationship that is open. Well, the people that are viewing your content probably feel like they're part of it, so they can see it. What sort of pressure does that come with?
In terms of making the content?
Yeah, and having to keep your relationship together whilst being on this constant balance. Stage sort of thing.
There is a fine balance in it, because again, I want to be careful what I say, because I know some certain things, like people think that you just create videos, it's like the easiest job in the world, and it's actually a lot harder than what you think. If you're not in it, you don't I never understood it. I myself thought that making TikToks for a living, that's the easiest job in the world. I just sit back, make a couple of videos and be done with it.
Yeah.
And it is in an element true, but also you get so focused and you're constantly trying to be original, like trying to think of, because I think there's two types of creator. There's one that documents and there's one that creates, and we have to kind of create. So we're always trying to think of what to do next. Whereas like someone that documents, like you just video what you're already doing. Do you know what I mean? So it doesn't take that much mental capacity to document. Still hard, don't get me wrong. But when you're creating and you're constantly thinking about, I go to bed and my head is just going like constant round and round. Like, what can I do tomorrow? Because it never stops. It never stops. You always have to think what's next. And you always have to be ahead of the people that you're up against.
Does that have an impact on your like your day-to-day life? I know you say you go to bed and think about it, but I mean in terms of when you're sat, I don't know, at a family meal or something, are you able to sit and enjoy the moment? Or are you sitting there?
I wasn't able to. I've started to be able to learn that. I used to be terrible, and Kat, I'm not sure. Don't think she told you, but I would be on my phone everywhere. Couldn't help it. It's like an addiction / need to be on my phone, looking, researching, finding new stuff. Like, it's so like gets you mentally, like you're addicted. Like it's like an addiction. You can't physically stop. But now I've learned to just put the phone on silent, turn it off, whatever, and just leave it in your pocket. And as hard as it is, after time, it does get easier. But
it's interesting because talking about Stephen Bartlett's podcast, he had a guest on not that long ago called Johann Hari, who wrote a book. I don't know. Are you aware of who he is? No, he's an author, and he recently has released this book, and it's about how he believes that we have a crisis in the world right now with our attention span. No one can pay attention to anything for longer than, say, I don't know, 15, 20 seconds.
Yeah.
And then they're looking for the next thing. And how social media is creating a negative world in that sense.
I can understand it.
In that people can't focus. So, you think about, somebody who's young enough to be doing their GCSE exams now, that I think in his book, he digs into how much a child maybe 10, 15 years ago could focus whilst doing an exam, as opposed to how little a child can focus now. And I think you sitting there and saying that the addictiveness that you feel as a content creator, so you're not even someone who's observing and watching the content, but you're the one creating it, right? And you feel that level of addiction. Do you think it's a big problem, that addictive sort of quality that comes alongside social media?
I'd say probably it is. I'll probably have to agree, because it's not, I wouldn't say it's necessarily healthy to be having that need. And it's like a dopamine hit, isn't it? It's
That's what it is, isn't it? Yeah.
It's dopamine. Like I even now, like I wake up in the morning, like I'm guilty. The first thing I do is look at my phone. And I know I need to stop it. But I can't.
Do you know what I think it is as well? Like, one thing that really fascinated me whilst going for university, right? There was somebody on my course who used to constantly speak about our graduation. They were obsessed with the idea of our graduation, which is great. It's a fantastic day in anybody's life. But when I dug deep into why they were kind of looking forward to it, a lot of why they were looking forward to it was the social media posts they could post afterwards. And it wasn't about that actually in the enjoyment of that day with their family and their peers. It was about, can I show people my achievement? How many likes and comments can I get for this?
Yeah.
But it's actually, I think that's one really negative point of social media, that it's great to document our successes, but I think there's a real fine line between document your success and kind of just forgetting the moment, being lost in the moment.
Put it this way. Yeah. We just went to the Brit Awards, didn't we?
Yeah.
When Ed Sheeran comes on stage, what does everybody do?
Get their phone
lights out. Cameras out.
Well, every single person in that entire arena had their phone up videoing it, myself included. And I'm spending more of my time watching Ed Sheeran on my phone, making sure I've got my phone on the right spot, than I am actually watching Ed Sheeran.
You're actually missing the performance.
I'm missing it because I'm trying to record it, and it doesn't. Yeah, you're completely right.
It doesn't make any sense.
It's
a fine line.
It's interesting. I'll tell you what. I am going to put a link in the comments to Johann Hari's book, because it's absolutely fascinating, and I really think anybody should read it. Yeah, one question I want to ask you though. Yeah. Right. So we want one of the ideas we want to get to with this podcast episode is, if there was somebody who wanted to not replicate your success, but is interested in becoming a YouTube star specifically, and let's say they're at day one, right? They've got a piece of paper in front of them, they're making their plan. What would your advice be to them?
The number one thing, without question of doubt, is why. your why is the most important.
Great first point, actually.
Yeah.
Very good first point.
The why is everything. You need to know exactly what you're doing, why you want to do it, to be able to put that plan together. So for my why is to entertain and help people just have a laugh.
Yeah.
Like, that's my why. And then I work backwards from that. How can I do that? So the number one thing would be why. If we want to talk strategy, what kind of angle do you want to go at this strategy wise? So everybody should have a TikTok account. There's no, if you want to be a YouTuber, you need, I would say you need a TikTok account. If you've got nothing right now.
Because it has the most engagement.
Exactly. So if you have 0 followers right now, and you want to be a YouTuber, TikTok is by far the biggest opportunity of our lifetime. Like, I highly doubt something as amazing could come along. It's absolutely crazy. Like, you look at Instagram back in the day when it was photos and people got Instagram famous. The reach on TikTok is way more. It's way more. You can post a video today with no followers and get 1 million views. Anybody.
Why do you think that is? Is that down to the algorithm? Is it down to there's more users on the app? What is
Both,
it?
I would say. The algorithm is by far the best algorithm that there's ever been.
Okay.
Like, it rewards anybody. Like, it doesn't just reward like already established people. It looks at how long you've watched the video. If people like the video that you've just put out, it will show it to more people. And it's incredibly targeted as well. So let's say, for example, you make a video about making money, how to make money online. You post that video, the algorithm from the second you post it is going to know what that video is about. It's going to know exactly what you've said in that video. And it will look for people that it already knows likes that topic. And then it will test it, quite literally, test it to people that it thinks will like it. And if that's proven right, it will just keep showing it to more and more of those types of people. And that's why the why is so important, because you need to know what you're going after. Like, and that algorithm will take care of everything. It will take care of absolutely everything. It's so powerful.
So basically, if you want to become a YouTube star, get TikTok.
Number one, get the attention. So
I'm joking.
Number one, get attention from where you can get it.
Yeah.
So transfer that then. Obviously, if you're making the TikToks, you can post them on YouTube Shorts.
Yeah.
So YouTube Shorts is a new one.
Of course.
I was on that last year, January time, when it was only in India. So only people from India could actually watch my videos. But I was on it anyway because I knew the second that YouTube goes up
on
against...
YouTube Shorts, you were on that before it came out in the UK?
Yeah.
Wow,
Even the US. I was on it because I just knew that if YouTube are going to rival TikTok, they're going to be a big player because they got the money.
100%, man.
It's Google. Like, nobody beats Google.
And does that come back down to having a short attention span? Because people tend to flick off a video if it's longer than 10 seconds.
We all do, to be honest, don't we?
Yeah.
It's very rare. You sit there, if you see it, you'd rather watch a 15-second video than a 4-minute one, wouldn't you? Realistically.
And you can literally cram, in a 30-second video, you can probably cram that 4 minutes into 30 seconds if you wanted to.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah,
The
you
key
can
points.
chop it up.
You can.
Being
You
practical.
can. Yeah.
So step one is is why.
Step one is know what you want to post and why. I would say go on to the places where you know you can get reach, which is TikTok, Instagram Reels, and YouTube Shorts. You can use the same video that you post on TikTok on YouTube Shorts and Instagram Reels. So you can just post it on all three.
Can I just ask you a question about YouTube Shorts?
Yeah.
So we started trying to make some. Can you only add music to a YouTube Short for 15 seconds?
I believe so at this stage, yeah. I think that is the case at the moment.
YouTube, you need to sort that. Carry on, man.
It's so early in YouTube Shorts.
Yeah,
It is
no, I get-
literally
You can see that. You can
so
see that. Yeah.
When you try and make the videos,
Yeah.
like with TikTok, God, you can do almost anything on it, can't you?
So I was on YouTube Shorts when YouTube Shorts wasn't even on the app. It wasn't even there. And to get a view as a YouTube Short, you had to put hashtag Shorts and hope that it would somehow get into the Shorts section of YouTube. It was pure luck. And I've watched how it's progressed, and I've been, like I say, I've been on an adventure of learning. Like, I still learn even now. I'm always looking what's next. And just YouTube Shorts is just, I'm pretty sure is going to be massive.
Do you reckon it'll be bigger than TikTok?
Hard question to I don't know, but what I do believe, I would say yes. And
It's a big call, man.
I would say yes. And the reason I would say it is because as a creator myself, if I'm going to post on YouTube Shorts and get subscribers, I can then post longer videos and monetize them, and YouTube will share X amount of their ad revenue with me, 40% of their ad revenue with me, and I've got the subscribers there in the background. So I can get my audience through Shorts and then monetize them through my long videos. I get an audience on TikTok. There's no way that revenue-wise, they can't share any revenue because there's a pot of money that once it's gone, it's gone. There's no ads on TikTok as such, like pre-roll. You know when you watch a YouTube video?
Yeah.
Hammered with
Pre-roll
ads. Yeah.
There's a bunch of companies bidding on all these YouTube videos. I'll pay X amount dollars for each view.
Right. Yeah.
YouTube actually share that revenue with you, whereas TikTok don't even have the pre-roll ad to be able to share it with you. They've
Do you
just
think TikTok will introduce that?
Well, YouTube Shorts might be very soon. Be careful when you wear this. Yeah, no. So I think YouTube is going to be probably the first people to do that, which makes sense that creators that are taking it seriously might want to think about going to YouTube Shorts in preparation.
Oh, we're hammering YouTube Shorts, man.
It's going to be.
It's the way forward.
It's going to be big. What we've seen over the market, obviously, like Facebook, Instagram, they're all losing traction to TikTok.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
I saw an article about it today. Like TikTok just seems to have just completely changed
It's
the
changed
game.
the whole industry.
Well, Insta tried to change their algorithm, didn't they? To
Instagram are
try
actually
and draw
rebuilding.
people.
I've seen an article. They're rebuilding the entire app to focus on short form video, which is another. You might want to get in there just in case they actually are a competitor.
it does make sense.
You just need to be you just need the way you grow an audience, in my opinion, is you focus your content on where the attention is, and the attention right now is all in short form content. I wouldn't necessarily worry too much about long form. I would post long form if I'm just starting. I would post the long form videos, but I would have two separate channels. So I would have a long form channel and I'd have a shorts channel, because what you'll find, and this is very important, with a shorts channel, I explained this to you briefly earlier, with a shorts channel, every video you watch when you're in shorts, you have no choice but to watch it. You don't click a video in shorts and be like, oh, I like the look of this one. It just generates a video. Every time you swipe, there's a new video. So
Like Reels and similar
Reels.
to
So
Reels.
it's assuming that you're going to like each video, but you might not. And the difference with long form is you look at a title of a video and you look at a thumbnail of a video and you decide whether you want to watch that video or not. With a short, you have no choice. They just show you. So what happens is you grow an audience on shorts through people that had no choice to watch your video. They might have enjoyed it, they might have subscribed, but they had no choice to watch that video. And what's shown dramatically with myself, with every single creator, even the ones I spoke with just recently, turning a short form viewer into a long form viewer is near impossible. It's near impossible because it's two different things. They followed you and subscribed to you because of your short video.
Yeah, is that because it's kind of not organic? Because if they're looking for short form content, they've clicked on that.
They wouldn't have even clicked on it. That's the thing. They would have they're watching some shorts
And it's come up
and it's just
randomly
come
on
up.
like their version of Reels.
So do you make any long form content on YouTube?
I've made a couple. We made a few. The one that we did most recently got like 40,000 views, which is good. It's not bad at all. We did that on Kat's channel actually. It is good, but I fell into the trap, and I wish I didn't.
Right.
I wish I'd made two separate channels. I would have kept my main long form content on a separate channel completely. And then what I would have done is I would have built the shorts channel up, and then I would have used that network of people to direct them to my long forms to give them the choice if they want to watch it. And if they did, and they went and subscribed to my long form, I've got an actual viewer that I know is that interested. Because what you'll find is out of the 407,800 of those, I guarantee only about 2% of them would be interested in watching my long form because they found me through shorts.
Really? You reckon it'd be that low?
100%. And what you'll find is with the long form, people engage with it so much more, and you get much more of a loyal fan base.
Oh yeah, you
from a
definitely
long form
find
video.
that. Yeah, like I do get what you're saying.
So for another example, this is the absolute key. So I make a video, whether it's TikTok, Reels, or YouTube Shorts, whichever. I make one video and I gain 300,000 followers in a day. How can all 300,000 of those people really care that much about me? They followed me because they liked the video, but what's the chance of them actually coming back and watching one of my longer form videos or something else that I've done?
Minimal.
It's very minimal. So the art of it, I think, is to build that up, keep yourself relevant all the time in the short form, until a point where you've sort of transferred them into that's like a funnel. So you transform them from they've watched you for the first time and they've followed you. Now you need to like nurture that follower to make them more engaged in your life and watch the longer videos. That's how I
So
work.
eventually they're committed to.
So eventually they buy into your content.
Yeah.
And you want to funnel that through, because if you just get all of them on your long form channel, it's going to mess up your analytics a little bit as well. Like, because your click-through rates are going to be low. So if you've got 400,000 people and you post a long form video and they display that to a percentage of them, and only 2-3% actually click the video once they've shown it, YouTube aren't going to recommend it any further.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Makes sense.
Do you know what I mean? So it's all down to...
So would you say about like building the following, having a wider following is crucial in terms of like, so you're saying like if you have people watching your shorts, your end goal might be to get them onto long form content. Yes. So the more you can get it out there to those people, and then funnel it down, and then get people actually, like in the case of YouTube, it would be a subscription.
Yeah.
How would you approach that in terms of getting them to convert?
So the way I've done it
without it doing it naturally, if you see what I'm saying.
Yeah, so you can grow it naturally. You can post your long form and you can use keywords and stuff like that to find an audience online based on what they're searching for, and that's a good audience to have. Right. Really good, because they've been searching for your content, they found it and they subscribed. The way I would do it is I call it like a bit of a growth. I told you like my growth hack strategy. So what I do personally is I get as much attention as I can, which comes from shorts, obviously, and short form content. Get as much attention as possible, get them to follow, and then get to a certain point so that once you've got an audience that are following you, that's an organic reach for you to be able to then nurture that audience into a converted subscriber or whatever. So for example, I've got 3.7 million on TikTok. I'm in the process now of, I don't need to do my little growth hack strategy because I've got enough followers to try and nurture them into a loyal fan base. So I'm in that process now of converting as many of those people. I'm not really worrying about growing anymore, if I'm honest. I don't have like a follower goal. The followers mean I'd rather have 50,000 followers that absolutely love the pants off of us and watch everything we do and love us so much that they just keep watching, than have 5 million and none of them really care. And it's actually quite easy not to get 5 million, but it's easy to get a large number of people to just follow you.
And they just sort of dip in and out when they want, rather than...
You can literally make a video of anything, leave it on a cliffhanger and say, follow me, to see the result.
Yeah.
But they're not really following you. They're following
to see the next
scenario,
the next video, and then
next video, to see how that story ended.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I use that from at the very beginning, that strategy of doing a prank, for example, on Kat, and I'd be like, leave it right to the point where I'm just about to do the prank, and then be like, cut it off, and be like, if you want to watch the video, follow me for part
and
two.
naturally they're going to have that urge to be like,
they have the urge,
we need
like,
to see the next part of this.
Profile, they haven't seen the result, and they're like, oh, I've got to follow him now.
Yeah.
And then they wait for that video to come out, and then it comes out and they watch it. But that might have been the only reason they followed me. So then my job from there is to convert all of those new people that have followed me into actually wanting to watch my content.
So
further.
keep them engaged, and then get them to commit. That makes sense. At what point, like in terms of followers, what sort of figure did you get to where you thought, actually now this has become organic because we got the same people like in the videos and content?
Probably about 1 million.
1 million.
Yeah, you start to see the same sort of people. You recognize names that are like always there. There's a lot. But was
that the point when you stopped the focus on like the growth hack?
Yeah, so I would go through stages. So I wish I could get a graph of like my growth. I'll have to find it for you. I'll send you a screenshot of it. And what you'll see is like it goes off rapidly, really fast. It'll level off for a period of time where I'm just kind of nurturing that audience and really trying to engage with them, like replying to their comments and stuff like that, just as much as I can, making content that they actually want to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'll go through another growth hack and I'll grow more. Like I'll get 500,000 a day. Like I know it's crazy, but that's just what happened. And then I level that off again. I'm like, I don't need to do that anymore. And then I'll grow them again. And I probably won't do it again for a little while now. But over a period of time, what I've noticed is they're all starting now to like watch it repeatedly. So I can post a video now and I'm fairly certain I'll get a minimum of 150,000 views.
How does that, obviously you've got big numbers on all your social media channels. How does that convert into money in the bank?
Brands mainly. Brands and affiliate marketing, actually. It's a way of affiliate marketing. So I've got another account that's got 2.2 million. And that one is literally, I just post videos with a mid-roll ad. That is just affiliate marketing link. And every time a user downloads an app for free, they can download an app for free, but I get paid a fee for it. And I can get 4 million views a day. So you can imagine that fee times quite a lot of downloads.
Yeah, when you put it into percentages, you could make quite a bit, couldn't you?
Yeah.
So is that where your money, most of the money's coming from? Is through
that? I would say, to be fair, only up until the last 3-4 months where I signed with an agent that's looking after my brand deals and stuff like that, my sponsored posts, 70% probably came from that. And that account had way less followers. And it's actually grown, believe it or not, by posting ads every single time I posted it. I've gained 2 million followers by posting ads every single video.
Has that been a game changer for you then, getting the management in?
Yeah. It's got more opportunities out there for sure. And I can start saying no to things now. Mm-hmm. Whereas before, maybe a few months ago with the TikTok shop, for example, I would have done it because I had to or wanted, like needed to do it sort of thing. But now I start saying no to things because like if I'm not comfortable doing it and I don't want to do it, I won't do it anymore.
Yeah.
Because I have to, at the end of the day, I have to put roof over our heads, So before I would do things that I wasn't really happy with doing, but I would do it.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
But yeah, finally at the point I say no. I can say no.
One big thing that's obviously happened, you've mentioned it briefly, but you went to the Brit Awards.
I did, yeah.
How was that?
How did that come about?
It was out of nowhere. Me and Kat I was sat at the table in the kitchen. Kat was on the sofa. I was on my laptop and my phone buzzed and it was from YouTube, a WhatsApp message from YouTube. And it's like, we'd like to formally invite you to the Brit Awards. We are the digital partners. I was like, it's probably a spam message. I was like,
one of them, yeah.
And I looked at it again. It was actually from my partner manager at YouTube. And I was like, Jesus, Kat, we've been invited to the Brit Awards. She's like, what? I'm like, no, we genuinely have been invited. She just literally came out of it because YouTube Shorts, specifically Shorts, were the digital sponsors of the event. So when you look at like the backdrops and stuff, you'll see YouTube Shorts logo on there.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
So they were sponsoring it. So they just got all their YouTube creators, invited them all in, did a bit of like collaborations and stuff beforehand, which we missed because the Uber was late. So if you're watching this, then it's your fault. We missed that. Thank you. But yeah, no, it was really good. Really good. It was kind of surreal. Like to just...
Did you meet anybody?
Mainly met other creators more than anybody else. We didn't get to kind of meet the stars. They were all on the tables, they were like down right at the front and just we're not that level yet, but
yeah. So is it a goal to get to that level?
Not necessarily as a singer, but I would say I'd like to just, as long as I'm being like positive impact, like I think I'm happy regardless, but I wouldn't say no to being as big as possible.
Yeah. Is your end goal to remain on these social platforms, or would you want to get into TV? Or
no, I want to come out of it eventually.
Yeah,
it depends though, because like obviously we're in an era, aren't we, where everybody wants to be a YouTuber.
That's right. Yeah,
literally all. You ask any kid what they want to do, they want to be a YouTuber. So like if like Tommy or Leah want to do it, it'd be nice to be able to like slowly transfer it over to them, sort of thing. So. I don't know. I would say as they grow older, I will
kind of like when a plumber passes it on to their son.
Yeah. And if that's because that might not be a thing. We got the metaverse coming and all sorts. You don't know what's coming.
The metaverse is coming. That's right.
So we don't know what's coming.
All
so
right,
when
chill
they're
out,
older,
man. Don't get him started on the metaverse. Don't get him started, man. Come on.
But no, like you don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I personally, if it was just me, I wouldn't want to do it forever. I want to sit back and relax a bit when I'm a bit older. I can't see myself
I get you.
doing what I currently do in 10 years because it would probably be a bit weird.
Yeah.
At that age. I can
you
only
mean-
just about
Well,
get away
that's-
with it now at 30.
Well, that's the thing. Like we've seen YouTubers become podcast hosts, and then some of them are getting on TV now. Like I saw ZZ Mills is like she went from like a sort of podcast setup
done
to having
well,
a
man.
Channel 4 show. There's a few others that have done that sort of thing.
I can definitely see myself carrying it on in a different format.
Yeah, would that interest you at all?
Yeah, I
Yeah?
would say that in a way of educating people.
Yeah.
So I've been pondering for a little while about doing something like how to help other people on social media, because there's a ton of knowledge that I sit on that I could probably share with people. I just make a YouTube channel out of it, sort of thing. And if that worked in the future, that I could see myself documenting that more than I can see myself doing what I'm currently doing.
Okay.
But
That
as
makes
of right
sense,
now,
man.
I'm still there's still a lot to learn. And I think I'm early days into it. I'm only 18 months.
Yeah, man.
Well, maybe a bit more, 2 years.
Still early doors, yeah.
I think we're in a great time for the individual. It's given people a lot of power, and I think as long as people are doing something positive,
That's the key.
that you're doing and trying to make people laugh and boost their mood, I don't think there's any issue with it really.
Yeah.
I'm going to subscribe to all your stuff, man, because
Oh, thank you.
I've really enjoyed speaking to you today, and I get a feel that you're really trying to do something positive
Yeah.
with your platform.
Thank you very much. That is the aim.
Yeah, it's been a good insight, and I think people that are looking to start YouTube can take a lot of benefit from this as well.
100%.
100%. You've taught us a thing or two. That's why
Definitely.
I'm happy.
There's
with
so much. There is literally so much. I wish I could say more, but there's
Yeah.
just literally, I'd be here for hours talking about YouTube. I could sit for hours and hours talking
Well, you're
about
not leaving
YouTube.
when the cameras turn on.
That's fine.
we want a structured plan, bro. Nah, it's been a pleasure though, man, and I really appreciate you coming on here and sharing some of your story. I feel like a lot of people could get to know you a bit more from, you know, what you're like on your TikTok and that sort of thing. This is kind of like the real Shaun, I guess, because you know some of that's got to be dramatized, as you've said. So yeah, it's been really positive.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Thanks for coming.
So, ladies and gentlemen, if you could give us a like, subscribe, give us a follow, that'd be amazing. We look forward to seeing you on the next episode of the Talking Reality Podcast.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.